Hey, what is up, guys, and welcome back to Football Discussions. And today we are going to be doing a team mock draft. This time we're going to be doing the New York Jets. Did this once about like 3 months ago. That was probably a little premature because so much stuff has changed since then. So post free agency, this is a team with like one of the most picks in the draft. So I thought it'd be pretty fun to come in here and try to fix the Jets as best as possible. I feel like they're in a pretty good spot right now. It seems like they're leaning towards the idea of keeping Sam Darnold and drafting a quarterback, which could be interesting. Have a little quarterback competition going there in New York next year. But regardless, I think this is a really fun team to mock. And then also before we get started, just a quick reminder, we're so close to 1,000 subs. It would mean the world if you subscribe. Keep the channel growing. It's draft content all the time. Mock drafts, big boards. You get the gist. So if you like that kind of stuff, I'm producing content all the time. So come along for the ride and let's get to 1,000 subs. But we're going to be doing 7 rounds. This is the Draft Network's draft simulator. They do propose like computer simulated trades to you, so I can trade up, trade back. I might make some trades. The Jets have a lot of capital, depending on the guys that are available. Might jump up in the second round. There's still a lot of positions to address. Again, they did a decent job in free agency, but I think it might be fun to make some trades here. So we'll see how it all goes. We're gonna hit start the draft and let the simulator do its thing. As Trevor Lawrence goes 1 overall, and then of course we're picking at 2, and it's going to be Zach Wilson. I feel like this is as close to getting as close to a lock as Trevor Lawrence is, just based off the fact that the 49ers did offer the Jets a similar package that they did to the Dolphins to trade up to 2, and the Jets declined. So if you're staying there and giving up 3 first-round picks, it probably means you're really into one of these prospects, and I have a hunch that it is Zach Wilson, and that's not me, obviously. I feel like the whole world right now is pretty high in Zach Wilson. To me, I think he is right there with Trevor Lawrence. I don't think the gap is that big. I personally think Zach Wilson is going to be the best quarterback when it's all said and done out of any of the quarterbacks in this draft class. I'm super high on him. He's everything that the NFL is trending towards. Guys like Josh Allen, guys like Aaron Rodgers, the ability to throw off platform, throw cross body, have the arm strength, improvise on plays. I think he's the full package in the NFL right now. This has to be the pick for the Jets, and I think it's a really solid one. So Mac Jones goes at 3. We've heard some rumors about that. Kyle Pitts at 4. Jamar Chase, Jalen Waddle, Devontae Smith all off the board. Penei Sewell, I don't think has been drafted yet. We have an offer here. Eagles trading us their 12th overall pick to move back just for a 1 and a 3 and a 6. That's kind of intriguing, although I don't think there's a player necessarily that's worth trading up for. I'm going to decline right now. Obviously, I think Penei Sewell just went off the board. I would have traded up for Penei Sewell, but it's unrealistic that he falls that far. So that's the reason I didn't take him. So Jets fans, don't crucify me for that. Another trade offer here, just to jump up 2 spots. Again, I don't really see the need for it. I'm going to hit decline. I'm probably going to make some more trades in the second round. And we have some offers here for the 23rd overall pick. So the Ravens will give us a 5th round to move up 4 spots. Absolutely not. The Falcons are offering us nothing to move up a lot of spots. Yeah, definitely not. And the Browns will give us a 4th round. So I'm going to decline all of these. None of those are worth it in my opinion. And there's some interesting prospects on the board. You could go Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. There's been some C.J. Mosley trade rumors. Corner seems pretty dry. Just saw Greg Newsome go. Is Caleb Farley here? I think that's the thing that I want to check out the most. He is. So that makes it really interesting. Caleb Farley is, I think, the best corner in this class if he's healthy. He just has so many durability concerns with having a back surgery at this young of an age right now that it feels like a really, really risky pick. You could see the Titans take a swing on him. You could see the Colts take a swing on him. You could see the football team even take a swing on him. The Bears, all these teams picking in the not like that 19 to 32 range. Definitely could be in the market for a guy like Caleb Farley because the risk is huge, but the reward could also be so huge because he is such a talented player. But the back surgery does pose a lot of questions. I think it's a pretty deep corner class, especially when we get into the second round. After that, it kind of tapers off, but I feel like there's going to be some guys available for us in the second round, and all the edge rushers are here. We have the top of the litter pick, and getting a guy alongside Lawson could be a really, really smart move for the Jets, and that's exactly what I'm going to do. Jlo Phillips, to me, is a top 15 prospect in the class. We're picking him at 23. He's a really, really good player. Obviously, coming into the season, he was slept on because of the wrist injury, because of the back injury, but he's come back. He played at full force last year at Miami. Really, really technically sound player. He's my edge one in the class. He's available, and I think as the Jets GM right now, I'm going to take Jalen Phillips. So Jeremiah Owusu falls to the Steelers. That's kind of an interesting pick. Terrace Marshall ran a 4.38 yesterday unofficial, which is also really interesting. We have an opportunity to move it back into the first round for a 2 of 4. and we're swapping 4s here, as well as a 6. I'm absolutely going to take this trade offer. I don't know if Caleb Farley is. This is a horrible trade for the Packers, but I'm going to accept this offer. And Caleb Farley is still on the board. Absolutely taking him. That is the ideal first round for the New York Jets. I don't know why the Packers offered us that package. Really, really bad trade for them. We swapped fourths and gave them a 6 and only moved down a few picks in the first round. Now we don't even have to trade in the second. That's a really, really solid offer. Kind of reminds me a bit of that DeAndre Baker trade where the Giants jumped back into the second round back into the first round for their third first round pick, except I feel like we're getting a far superior player than Caleb Farley is. So a really, really solid pickup here for the Jets in that position. Obviously, now we don't pick in the second round, but we have 2 third-round picks. We could use one of those here to move back up into the second round. I'm not gonna accept the trade just yet, but I'm gonna look at some of the players that are available. We do need a running back. Javonte Williams just went off the board, and wow, Travis Etienne is still here at 51. Maybe we will try to negotiate a deal with the Washington football team here. We have 2 3s. I'm definitely going to offer one of those. That 4 via Green Bay, and maybe a 6. No, they don't want that. A 5. A 3, a 4, and a 5 to jump back into the second round. We're still picking early in the third. We have a 5th round, and we have wait, did I include a 6 here? I don't want to do that. Okay, yeah, 3, a 4, and a 5. So we're giving up one of our 5th rounds, one of our 3rd rounds in that 4th round that we just traded for. We'll see if Washington accepts this offer, and they do. Absolutely trading up here. Again, this is a wild draft so far for the Jets. I don't know how ETN fell that far, but a really, really, really solid draft for the Jets. I know Jets fans would love everything that's happened in this video. Not necessarily the most realistic, but a really, really fun draft so far for New York. And I'm probably done making trades here. We've made a lot, quite a few. But we're just going to hang on and see who's available in 2 picks at 66. All right, so we've addressed offense, we've addressed defense, both twice now. Now we have some flexibility to do what we want. If Pat Freiermuth is still here, I would definitely take him, or even Brevin Jordan. Unfortunately, as you can see, Brevin just went the pick before us. Who took Pat? I never really see Pat Freiermuth go in these. The Panthers did. Ian Thomas out the door there in Carolina now. A wide receiver I'm definitely in the market for. Tylan Wallace, again, I think is one of the most underrated prospects in this entire class. I'm a huge Demetric Felton fan as well. His versatility where he can play running back and wide receiver is something that I really like. Chatarius Atwell, again, from Louisville, another guy like that, can really play all over the field. Dwayne Eskridge is a classic slot guy. There's so many slot receivers in this class. It's nuts. And then just looking down the board, there's some wide receivers available later on as well. But to me, Tylan Wallace is a really solid player. If he had come out of college after that injury last year, I think he would have been a second-round pick. He played really well again this year, flew under the radar. I think he's well worth the pick here in the 3rd round. Get another wide receiver to go alongside Corey Davis. Tylan doesn't have the speed, neither does Corey, but Tylan is definitely a more pure route runner than Corey Davis is, where Corey is effective after the catch with the size that he possesses. So I think it's a nice pairing. Aaron Robinson was still on the board, by the way. I just saw that he went in the 3rd round. This has been a really weird draft thus far, but we're going to kind of stick it through. Again, this has been the ideal scenario for the New York Jets. You get your quarterback in Zach Wilson. You had an elite edge rusher. You had the pick of the litter at edge and get Jlo Phillips. You get Caleb Farley by trading back up in the 1st round, an offer that was offered to us. I didn't make the initial offer, and then ETN falls to us at 51. We had to capitalize on that trade that the football team was proposing, countered it a bit, and then you get the wide receiver of the future in Tylan Wallace. Thus far, we've addressed every need that the Jets need, except for maybe tight end, I would say, is the one that's still in question. Chris Herndon's an athletic tight end. I think they can make him work in LaFleur's offense, but again, this has been a really, really fun draft for the Jets so far, a really, really solid draft as well. So let's just see kind of where we're picking next. I'm just going to propose a trade. So we pick in the 5th and the 6th now. We don't have a 4th round pick, but I think the trades that we made to get rid of that 4th round pick were well worth it. I think Jets fans will agree. So we'll kind of just wait this out, and we're picking very shortly in the 5th round. As you can see, pick 146. It's skipping a lot. It might just take this pick for us. It does it sometimes, and it did. I don't know why it does it. This draft simulator pisses me off. I'm not going to restart the whole video. Jets fans, you drafted Richard Lecount. It's actually a decent 5th round value. A really, really good player. An underrated player, in my opinion. He was a great college player. As you can see, he was a 5-star coming out of high school. He's 5'11" and weighs 190. I think he's weighing a little more than that nowadays. But again, it was a glitch. I knew it was coming. I didn't want it to happen, but it did happen. We missed our 5th-round pick, and now we're finishing off the draft here at pick 186. So again, Jets fans, don't be too angry about that. It wasn't my fault. It kind of just happened. We'll see who's available for us at 186, and I know how I'm finishing off the draft. Yes, there are some other positions that we could address. Linebacker, but are you really going to get a linebacker that's great at this point? KJ Britt, I like. He's a great athlete, but once you get to the 6th round, the 5th and 6th round, you're getting linebackers that are just athletes and don't really possess any coverage ability. Just guys that are, complete maulers, guys that are great tacklers, consistent tacklers. I think Britt fills that role. Just looking down the board here, Patty Fisher, Tough Borland, all these are guys that kind of fill that role of not being able to cover for shit, but are really, really good tacklers, maulers, as I like to call them. You could look at Shaq Quarterman last year. He's a great example of that. So I don't really think it's worth taking one of those when you have the fastest guy, or one of the fastest guys in the draft. He's 6 foot, he's 179, and I believe he ran in the 4.3s, if not a high 4.2. So a really, really good prospect here. Anthony Shorts, just a freak athlete, got the track speed. I think that's a fantastic way to wrap off this draft for the Jets. And let's just look over what we did one more time. Zach Wilson, you get your quarterback of the future. Jlo Phillips, an elite edge rusher. Caleb Farley, I was thrilled that the Packers offered us that trade. He's a really, really good corner. Travis Etienne, again, we had to trade back up for him, but well worth it. We didn't even have to give up that much value. Tylan Wallace in the 4th, that was in the 3rd, a really, really good pick. And then Richard Lecount in the 5th and Anthony Schwartz in the 6th. This is a ideal draft class for the New York Jets. I think if Zach Wilson is as good as I believe him to be, then this could be a team that's making the playoffs next year, making a playoff push. A really, really solid draft for the Jets. And Jets fans, I hope you enjoy this video. Guys, and again, if you want to see draft content all the time, please subscribe to the channel. We're so close to 1,000 subs. And yeah, hope you all are staying safe, staying healthy. Take it easy, guys. Peace.